big S on the S.
So sibilant. Okay.
Yeah, we don't need the S.
Yes. You want me to do
Just
an
a soft
SH?
S.
Polish.
The Dream Police!
Shorter dream.
The Dream Police! The Dream Police!
Cake. Nail those, double them, all the way through. Then, with the same sound, we'll come back and get the close, intimate sound of the Dream Police.
Okay.
You hitting that with that drier sound. And then all the way through. And then we'll do the harmony. And when I say verses, I mean everything else.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and harmonize the verse.
Cool. Cool.
So yeah, I think getting the high stuff out of the way is pretty feeling like progress.
Good.
So we did a stack of 3 parts of high and low vocal in the chorus, and the low part is actually the main melody of the song, and then the high part is the high harmony. And I stumbled on something a bunch of years ago, doing background vocals, harmony vocals, at the bottom of the stairwell, kind of a concrete and wooden stairwell with the microphone all the way at the top of the stairwell, like 15 feet in the air. And I remember I was playing the track back for my mom, I think, and she said, "Those background vocals sound amazing." And then a buddy of mine said that too. He's like, "That's the first thing I noticed in that track. Those harmony vocals sound amazing." There's something that happens, because the lead vocal you usually do up close to make it really clear and really concise and punchy, but those harmony vocals, they can be a little bit more, amorphous. And there's something that happens in the room, maybe chorusing and echo. It's all like natural echo, and the sound gets built up so much bigger. So we recorded these vocals out in, what do you call that, the loge?
The Loja.
The Loja. Is that L-O-G-E?
L-O-G-G-I-A.
Oh my gosh, okay. L-O-G-G-I-A. Which is, in other words, the echoey room that's concrete and glass and wood. And this is what it sounds like.
The Dream Police!
All natural reverb.
The Dream Police! The Dream Police!
Pretty cool. And the thing is, you still have to have a great singer like Todd to sing it in tune, but man, listen how the room helps that out.
The Dream Police! The Dream Police!
That's nuts. That's nuts. So we're going to add to that a very crisp upfront lead vocal to kind of tighten it all up and give it's like a 3-dimensional thing.
The Dream Police! The Dream Police!
Yeah. So he's got 6 parts that he has to line up perfectly together. That's the hard part, is you got to and Todd did a great job of remembering how to stay rhythmically the same. It's not just keeping the pitch the same all the time, it's keeping the rhythm concise. Da, 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 da. Good job, Todd.
Well, thank you. I had a great coach and a great cheerleader. All he was missing was his pom-poms.
I have pom-poms, I just didn't pull them out.
Oh, guys.
I didn't think you needed them, man. You were there. You're already there. And our engineer? What mic did you use on those vocals?
A Sheps, our new favorite microphone.
Yeah. Have you ever used Sheps on vocals?
I had not, and it works amazingly well, especially on group vocals, and definitely in that room in combination with the API mic break and the Fern compressor.
This is the first time I've used the Sheps mics. We used them on
At all? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used them on the violins last night.
Yeah.
And now the vocals. I just thought something about this. Like the large diaphragms are great for lead vocals, but something about just the crisp brightness I wanted for that part. It's like stuck it out in that room. And
I've always used them on, definitely on strings, because they just have they're one of the few really small condensers that still sounds very rich.
yeah.
but also they're fantastic on percussion.
Yeah.
On the room. Any kind of acoustic instrument where you're really trying to capture detail, but you don't necessarily want the scientific level of detail
Yeah, totally.
that you get with some small condensers.
Well, that's also probably why it works so well in that room, is because the hardness of all that
Yeah,
glass
yeah,
and
absolutely.
the hardness of all that concrete. I mean, that room is just the hardest room in
Yeah.
the building, and to have that kind of detail capture ability, that's where you get all that richness in the upper end.
Yeah, the harmonic,
Yeah.
upper harmonic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
and its top is just so smooth.
Yeah.
You know, I did notice,
his
I did
S's are just like-
especially on the gang vocals, when you had a number of people singing in there together, when everybody really hit the note and
Yeah.
the timing well, that room was adding bell tones.
Totally.
You know, you started to hear notes that weren't
Yeah.
there when things were being combined.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Especially the upper mids. That room
Yes.
is all about
Yeah.
the mids.
Yeah, it is. Very much
Uh-huh.
so.
All right.
And
New secret weapon.
And actually, one other groovy thing, because of the symmetry of the room,
Yeah.
you can actually get pairs of, you can figure out what bell tones you're shooting for,
Right.
You can line people up, and then you can get the two people the same distance
Alright.
in that harmonic system, so you actually get that you get that, what do they call it in the acapella singing, the missing note or something?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, Wes was talking about all the symmetry of this building.
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yes.
and there's
You
a,
guys are into symmetry.
well, there's a lot of good return on symmetry. There's a lot of good return, and one of the fundamental concepts was that when you have too small of a room, symmetry is your enemy, because it stacks the negative aspects of what's
Oh, right, yeah.
of what's not good
Like,
about
yeah,
the
you don't wanna-
small environment.
like a
But
bedroom
once
studio,
you
your cube.
right, but once you got a room that's good enough to like it, then the symmetry actually
Yeah.
amplifies that, and
Right.
so
And
it's
the-
basically magnifying the good instead of magnifying the bad.
And it's certainly really helpful for any stereo recording because, for example, that room, even as oddly shaped as it is, the fact that it's symmetrical means that you can actually hear, positional reference. Like when we had the mics back there
Oh,
for
yeah.
the drums,
Yeah.
you could hear that the rack time was over here,
Yeah.
and you could hear that the floor time was over
Yeah,
here.
even though they were in the other room.
Even though they were on the opposite side of
the wall.
of a 24-inch thick concrete wall.
Yeah. Well,
Because
we
we
did
had
have
we had the left and right speakers allowing the sound to come through.
and we had the doors open to the exact same point
That's
of
right.
reference
Yeah.
on the floor,
That's right.
which was exactly
We basically
symmetrical.
made a set of Bose direct reflecting
Yeah,
speakers.
yeah. A little more hi-fi.
a little bit more hi-fi.
Well, okay, so symmetry, like our bodies are symmetrical. Then why do we go like this? That's not symmetrical anymore. Yeah, you're right. It should just be like that.
Namaste.
Well, there's symmetry and then there's symmetry. I mean,
That's right.
there's the big picture symmetry and then there's the very, very small picture symmetry. And that's why fractals are beautiful. Even though they're not really symmetrical, there is a repeating self-similarity.
You know what we haven't done yet? We need to do a triangle of the rock.
Oh yeah.
The rock
Rock triangle. Okay. Wait a minute.
Go like this.
Oh, okay. All right.
Make a triangle
There
out
we
of
go.
yourself.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
That is some
Okay.
rock power.
That's right.
That might have been the strangest
Did
thing.
you
I've
see
And that's the
those
great-
are like that much-
Right.
And a perfect time to end this video clip.